How you going, guys? I believe we are streaming, and I'm just testing out some some new streaming stuff. So let me know if this is all coming through loud and clear in the chat, guys. Hi Trillian, hi Kyle. Hey guys, it's Rich. Cool, loud and clear. It's all coming through. So, guys, it's great to have everyone here, and I thought we'd do something a bit more casual tonight, and I'll take questions. And on the screen at the moment we have the dates of our Australian tour. So last night we had our first meetup in Hobart, and it was a fantastic success. So we had a great turnout, like-minded people together, chatting crypto, talking about the future, their favorite coins. You know, it's just fantastic, and it just I think for the first time it really hit me that this is my life now. This is full time. I've been into crypto for 5 years, since 2012 when I first read about it, coming up 6 years now, and it's very clearly my passion. It was so great to sit there. We did a live Q&A, ask me anything, and people just love crypto. It brings people together, and I look forward to doing it in every other capital city. And these are all free events, guys. So look, I want to continue to bring you as much free content as I can. Obviously, I've been very busy lately with starting the Crypto Academy and working on a number of things. I've been doing advising for a few different companies and that sort of thing to help them out and help them improve crypto and that sort of thing. So I just can't wait to do more of this, guys, basically. And we've got venues now sorted for every meetup, I believe, other than Sydney. So, guys, we have events on the Crypto Australia page under the events tab to RSVP and to contact Ben Simpson. So, guys, Nuggets News is expanding. If you haven't heard, I've got 2 full-time employees now. We're looking to grow. We want to bring you as much free content as we can, as well as that premium service we offer as well. Now, the first thing I want to touch on is the number of people that are either hating on crypto, you know, the Koshis of the world, the Jamie Dimons of the world, and those people that are really hating on crypto. It's becoming very obvious lately. It's something that I think you guys are probably noticing as well. So I really want to start trying to talk about crypto in a positive light whenever I get a chance. And ABC Radio and News have probably been the most friendly station towards me so far. They've reached out several times, but I'd love to get on one of the mainstream news outlets and try and call these people out and actually talk about the technology and not talk about the price and whether are we in a bubble and all that sort of thing. So, guys, the other thing I wanted to talk about today is mainly to get some feedback from international viewers about, are you seeing what we're seeing in Australia, where crypto is really taking over? It's the talk of the town. You know, those fly-in, fly-out workers on the mine sites, it's all anyone can talk about is the feedback that I'm getting. You know, you go to the pub, you go to family barbecues, and I'm not sure if it's because we're in this group and we're all loving crypto at the moment, living and breathing it, but I'd be very interested to see if this is the state of play in America and the US, and you know, whether or not Australia is slightly ahead on that adoption curve, that bubble curve of, you know, mainstream media attention, and we're getting towards the top. So guys, let me know what you're seeing in the comments here. So it's on CNBC every day, but again, all of the time they're just spreading misinformation and old cliches, lazy journalism, as someone said there, and it's certainly the case. So we've got to be wary, and for a lot of people, I'm starting to get a few red flags. Mum and dad investors that have only got into crypto a few weeks ago that are telling me they're full-time traders now and they're going to make a living off this. And the guys, it's not that easy. This has been the most profitable month in the 5 or 6 years that I've been in crypto. The last few weeks have been insane. There's probably no other way to put it. you just can't expect Litecoin and Ethereum to keep doubling every month. It just can't sustain that pace. And there's been times in crypto throughout 2014 and 15 where it just went sideways for months on end. Not much happened. I don't think that that's going to happen again for months, but you just got to be prepared that we can have a 50 or 80% correction and still have, $10,000 Australian dollar Bitcoin, and then we keep going. So just be prepared, because a lot of people have never been through a big dip, and mentally it's hard to get through. So I have made a couple of videos about trading psychology, but your mind, it would play tricks on you and do funny things when your account's down 50%. And it sounds so easy when I tell to people, if something's gone up a crazy amount in your account and you've made a life-changing amount of money, there's nothing wrong with selling 10 or 20%, locking in some profits. We never know when a pullback's around the corner, and if you haven't been through a 50% correction, you don't know how you're going to react, and it can be very testing at times. So 1 in every 100 people you talk to actually know anything about the technology. That's interesting as well, and a lot of people are. And I find the people that are just speculating are the ones that are going to panic when their account's down 50% if we get a correction. Whereas if you've taken time to learn about a project, particularly individual projects, rather than just throwing money and say that you've invested in crypto in general. If you've invested in one particular project and you love it and you know everything about it and you believe in it long term, that's why you put your hard-earned money into it, you're not really going to panic, or you're not too fussed with the day-to-day fluctuations in price. But I'll just bring up the next stat here, and something that I've kept a close eye on over the years, and this is just the past 12 months. But I mean, these spikes during the year were just off the chart at the time. So this is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and here we are. The searches now are just completely dwarfing even what the previous all-time highs we had for these things. So let's try and put it in perspective here with something like Tesla. And look, Bitcoin, even Litecoin and Ethereum are matching Google searches for Tesla. So we've just got to be aware that we're certainly getting a lot of attention, and I've got to be honest, every time this has happened over the years, it has led to that big correction. Now, does that mean that crypto's in a bubble and it's going to pop and it's the .com bubble or tulip mania and it's never going to recover? Absolutely not, guys. We need these corrections along the way. They're healthy. And that chart of hype, euphoria, new paradigm, and then disbelief, we've been through that cycle, and people don't realize that cycle is applicable to the number of people that know about crypto at the time. So everyone that knows about it now gets excited, and then we cool down, we have a correction, but then in a few months' time or a year's time, the number of people that know about crypto is another factor of 10 higher, and then we get that same effect. All those people get excited, money flows in, and I honestly think that 1% of people own crypto around the world. We haven't scratched the surface yet in a lot of countries in meaningful ways. So those countries that we really want to help move forward, develop, there's countries out there with large populations that still don't own Bitcoin. And people that I talk to that are having trouble getting money in. So, you might open an account with an exchange, but they'll only let you do a small amount, or it'll take you weeks to get verified, and they're still itching to get in. So, it's interesting. We live in unbelievably interesting times. I don't know how else to phrase it, but the fact that everyone is out there talking about crypto, it's on the news channels, there's some strong opinions one way or the other. I certainly don't see the attention dying down anytime soon. And we come into that time of year, Christmas, New Year's, when everyone tends to get together, and even more so they're going to be talking about crypto. So all year I was talking about a monster run, a breathtaking run into the end of the year, and here we are, and it's certainly happening. And I'm being very cautious myself. I continue to be surprised at how high these things go up, and I'm beginning to start to lock in some profits in small amounts. And I never sell everything, guys. It's not the right thing to do. You should never sell everything all at once. You should always do little bits and average, dollar cost average on the way out and on the way in with laddered orders. selling at the top and buying back in at the bottom. It looks easy on a chart in hindsight, but it is a lot harder to do in the real world. And if you're taking a long-term view, I still believe that Bitcoin is very capable of going to $100,000 per Bitcoin next year if we get a Bitcoin ETF. If we get an Ethereum ETF, I think that could go well past $1,000. Litecoin market cap in the grand scheme of things is still fairly tiny, you know, $16 billion. Now that we know Litecoin is the silver to Bitcoin's gold. Bitcoin's got that market cap up around 300 billion and Litecoin's still only at 16. So every time these things go up in price, it's kind of like people are looking around at each other saying, surely it can't go up again. But guys, when you look at the market cap and that's got plenty of room to grow, it certainly can keep going up. I hate giving price targets, but I see no reason why Litecoin wouldn't go to $1,000 next year if everything keeps going well. Do I watch Mr. Robot? I love Mr. Robot, a good show. Dash, big potential, guys. Not one that I own, but one that is doing fantastic things. And there's so many good coins. There's 1,000 coins out there. There's dozens of ones that are interesting and high quality ones. But to be honest, I like to try and keep my portfolio to make a dozen, maybe 18 coins, so I can really keep my finger on the pulse of everything that's happening. And I certainly own some small amounts of more than that, but yeah, you can't invest in everything, guys. And there's a number of good currency style coins out there that are all competing, but I really love the new style coins that are just using blockchain technology as their backbone, and they're going to capture pools of money flowing into them from completely different industries. So those projects aren't competing with other cryptocurrencies as such. They're individual projects, unique, solving real world problems, and they're going to capture pools of money from different industries, which is what really excites me. So there's still lots of on-ramps and off-ramps and ease of use that's lacking in this crypto ecosystem, guys. So we need to take that next step to make it so friendly that people don't even realize they're using cryptocurrency. And that's where I see next year and the year after. So this year was kind of the year of mass awareness. So this next year is certainly the year where I hope to see mass, application of cryptocurrencies in real world businesses, real world use cases. And a lot of users probably don't use their Bitcoin or crypto more than once a week, maybe to do some trading, but we want to get to the point where we're really using crypto and making the world a better place thanks to all these fantastic projects. I can't wait to get, the 10x style cards and those sort of things where we can make everyday purchases with crypto. So Julian Hosp is in Sydney today talking about 10x subsidiary coming to Australia. Wow, that'd be fantastic, guys. And I think Australia is at the forefront here. We've had some great companies, Power Ledger, Horizon State, Kenya. There's a number of good projects and Australian projects that are trying to do good things and break into this space. And there's a number of ATM providers trying to get it out there. The boys at Crypto Kiosk with the walk-in crypto booth, that's going to be fantastic when people see those and spark up interest and get involved, on-ramping and off-ramping and all that sort of thing. So, guys, one thing I've just mentioned is something that I'm starting to notice. So a lot of people get into this and they look at coins and they just look at the price, and the first thing they say is Bitcoin's too expensive. And they look down this list of the top 10 and they say, Ripple's at 50 cents. What if it goes to $1 or $2,000? And I guess it's a mistake that can be made because a lot of people that are new to this is their first investment, so they don't understand inner workings of how a market cap works and the circulating supply and all that sort of thing. But you've got to remember, market cap is what counts. That's what determines your return on investment. And if you want to double your money, you need the market cap to double. Now, when there's 38 billion coins in circulation, it's obviously a lot harder for that coin to to go up. Almost impossible to go to these amounts in dollar terms compared to something that's got a circulating supply in the millions. So guys, just be careful, and something that you need to learn and tell your friends if they're just going down the list and trying to buy anything that's 1 cent because it's easier for it to go to $1. That's not how the maths works in the world of investing. It's all to do with the market cap, how that grows for your percentage. And guys, I'm working on a video, I hope to have that out in the coming days, about investing in Satoshis, so in terms of sats versus in terms of dollars, and which way is better for trading and investing, because a lot of people get a bit confused about prices that are quoted in exchanges on sats versus dollars, and they feel one might be going up while the other's going down, and they're confused if they're making money or losing money and all that sort of thing. So guys, never put all your eggs in one basket. So guys, you should never, if you've got $100,000 saved up that you've saved your whole life, you should never put that all in crypto, guys. I always advocate spreading your wealth out. So I'm a huge believer in precious metals. We've got some of the best precious metals dealers in Australia. There's nothing wrong with owning some shares, and own some boring shares that are going to pay you a dividend, and they're not going to be volatile. Crypto is the most volatile, dangerous asset in the world you can invest in. You want to offset that risk. You don't want to be buying risky shares and speculative investment properties as well as speculative crypto. You want to always be offsetting that risk. And guys, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. So I'm just a guy on the internet that's been into crypto for 5 years, that's trying to help you understand the world of crypto. Will the ASX eventually get hit with a mass exodus towards cryptos? I certainly think, Dennis Turk, my first super chat donation. So remember, people, take some profits. Fantastic message, Dennis, and one that I've been advocating from day one. If your goal was to buy a bike and you make that amount of money, so be it. If your goal is to send your child through university and you make that amount of money to pay for that, guys, those life-changing things will stay with you forever. Without that selfish mindset or greedy mindset of, I could have gone up further, So thanks, Dennis. $10 in the live super chat, and that's the first one I've ever got, so I'll remember that forever. Cheers, mate. Index investing in ETFs, guys. I might make a video in the future about people talking about active management of shares versus passive, and how people are just pouring money into these ETFs when stock markets are at record highs. Fund managers want your money. They want to charge you a fee to manage your money, but people are so interested in controlling their own money these days after everything that happened with the financial crisis. And another video that I'm hoping to have out tomorrow is about why Bitcoin is going up and all the reasons that it's so attractive, and why people, it's fun, it's exciting, it's a good investment, it's delivering us good returns. Why it beats investing in shares and all these boring, legacy assets, bonds with negative returns, and housing prices that are 30 years and two people on full-time good salaries can't afford it. All those sort of things, that the wealth inequality gap that's just crazy depending on what country you're in, and all those reasons why crypto is so awesome and we love it. Pepsi has just donated $2 in the super chat. Hodl SPRCHT. I haven't heard of that one, mate. I'll have to look into it. I have been asked a lot about different cryptos, guys. Cardano is one that's getting a lot of attention recently, and it looks like there's a lot to like about it. I don't like to give personal opinions until I've done my full works research and read the white paper on a coin, because I'm not doing the team and the people behind that project justice if I give my opinion and say, oh, this is good or this is bad, and there's people putting their blood, sweat and tears into it. So I don't give opinions on anything until I've got a well-formed, educated opinion, guys. And you shouldn't invest until you've done that due diligence as well, guys. Few people spreading FUD about Bitcoin being a method of control for the powers that be. Look, one of the hashing mechanisms was developed by the NSA, guys. There's always going to be conspiracy theories out there about, one world government wanted to create this money, and the fact is it's open source and we can use whatever we want. If something comes out that Bitcoin was developed by the NSA to spy on everyone, then everyone will just switch to another coin, guys, because we live in a free market, a free world where we can use whatever crypto we want. But I don't see that being the case. I think what Satoshi Nakamoto gave to us all is a once in a lifetime amazing technology that we're all very grateful to have. Digital cash, a medium of exchange, and yes, the network's congested at the moment, but it is the ultimate store of value, guys. We can park our money in Bitcoin, and as long as more people keep parking their money in Bitcoin and seeing it as a store of value, the price is going to continue to go higher. More people lose their hard drives. I'm working on another video about the number of people that lose their coins and what the actual circulating supply of Bitcoin might be closer to 10 billion coins, 10 million coins than 16, because so many have been lost. We see those top 100 wallets and lots of those coins have never been touched. So more guys, hit me up with whatever questions you want. I'm here to answer. The Crypto Academy, guys, it is full, the wait list. We're doing our best. I've got 2 full-time employees. We're trying to expand. There's people out there that are giving bad advice, overcharging. I want something that's very affordable, and I like to think I give some of the most balanced, well-educated opinions out there compared to some of these overnight experts and investing funds that are going to start charging you $1,000 for their intro to crypto course. Trying to cash in on this big time. Now they're late to the party. People charging $500 to attend luncheons, all this sort of nonsense. So guys, I'm going to continue to make it my mission to do as much as I can for free and go around Australia and help as many people get into this, as well as running my premium service as well. So the next step for cryptocurrency mass adoption is being able to use it in everyday life. So we just need one big announcement, Amazon or Facebook, to start accepting Bitcoin and integrate those APIs so that you can book movie tickets on Facebook with Litecoin or Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever your favorite crypto is. All those APIs, plugins to make crypto used in our everyday lives and further spread that awareness. GT Souls just donated $275, mate. That's incredible. Thank you. And guys, it warms my heart when I get some of these messages we've got lately. Nugget, I've poured in 10 or 20, $30,000. It's now worth 100, 200. I've got people that have become millionaires in our group this year, thanks to Horizon State or Power Ledger, or even just investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin that I've been advocating a large percentage of your portfolio versus speculating with altcoins. And guys, it's great to get those messages, but again, remember, those gains are just a number on a screen until you sell and lock in a little bit of profit. So it's fantastic. I'm so glad for you all, but please don't get greedy and lock in that profit if you've made a life-changing amount of money. Lucas Alexander's donated $50. Thoughts on the Kenya M-Peso? It was initially mobile talk minutes. Also, is it super chat function? Oh, well, there you go. Sorry I didn't pick that up, the super chat. I'm not familiar with the Kenyan M-Peso mobile talk minutes. So again, in those countries, in the unbanked, those mobile talk minutes are almost a currency of sorts themselves. And the company DCC, Digital X in Australia, that's helping a lot of ICOs and been in the blockchain space for a while, they're actually working on an app called Air Pocket, and they're trying to use those top-up phone minutes and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to pay bills, to send money back home, to pay all your power bills, phone minutes. And in those developing unbanked countries, minutes are a valuable commodity, any form of digital payment, because they just don't have banks. And if they do, Western Union will charge you $20 to send $100 back home. That's 20%, and they'll rip you off on the exchange rate. So you might end up getting $75 out of that $100. And often these are people on low hourly wages, and they need every dollar. That can be a month's worth of food that Western Union is charging them. And now we have frictionless cryptocurrencies that dissolve borders and are going to make those people's lives 25% better, which is just incredible. And that's what I tell people when people say crypto is a bubble backed by nothing. Tell them these stories of people in third world countries who their lives are literally being changed because of cryptocurrency. Doubled my investment. Well done, mate. Well done, Mr. Clint. Can't wait to go to Brisbane. Catch up, guys. So again, I'll just bring the catch up dates on screen. If you've just joined the chat, there's the dates there. All through middle of January there, we're going around the country. So paying bills with crypto, living room of Satoshi, best Australian startup company, guys. I've got a link in all my videos to use them. Trezors are a must. People are getting fished. Yeah, guys, security. Our calls have been insane. So our win streak in our trading group of 29 winning trades out of 30 has been an incredible run, guys. And don't get greedy. There's a couple of people that have gone too big and lost money on our one losing trade. Guys, we're going to have losers in the future. And whenever you do trading, you should never bet big. You should never get greedy and think, this is the next one. Oh, I could make 20 grand on this one trade. I'll get rich quick. It's a recipe for disaster, guys. It's that one loser that can cut your portfolio back, and then you've got to make double that to get back to break even. One thing I've learned over the years, a key message is never get greedy, guys. Never get greedy. Always take off trades. If you're a trader, the more often you can be out of the market. Every time you're in the market, you're exposed to risk and volatility. That accent is like a drill to the head. Sorry about my Australian accent, mate. Bitcoin in the last 10 minutes has gone up or down. Let's bring up the charts. So guys, I'll just show you a video. This competition here, a few weeks ago, I've done a Ledger and Trezor giveaway. You've just got to guess the Ethereum and Bitcoin price at the end of the year. I'll probably make today or tomorrow, after you guys have watched this video, the last day to put your guesses in, and I will give away a Ledger and a Trezor so you can store your cryptos safely. Okay, what are we seeing here on the chart? So this is a 15-minute chart of Bitcoin. There's that deep-ish correction. We've got a volume climax there. We've got the 15-minute RSI oversold. We've got the MACD getting down to its lowest point. So again, guys, that might be the only flush we're going to get. Back down to 15,000, and we're already back up to 17.2. So stair-stepping higher on the daily chart. It's just relentless, guys. I just can't believe this. One scenario that I'm being aware of, level-headed approach. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Chart. I'm using TradingView, and I have got the paid version, guys, to save more charts and that sort of thing. So yeah, I do use the paid pro version now that I'm doing this full time, guys. So one scenario that I'm being aware of for the futures next week when they open, guys, is that people were very fearful of the futures. So people thought now there's a way for the big boys at Mission Control, as I like to call them, a way for them to short the market, to make money and push Bitcoin down. Now, that hasn't happened. So now people have in their mind, well, hold on, futures is just great. It's just more money. The price is going to go up. So we might see the price go up to 21, who knows, 30,000 next week. But then once they have that, if we get a real blow off top to that extent, something that pushed us up well into the 20s or towards $30,000, that could be that when they really pull the rug out from under us, and then they use their futures to short at that high level and really scare people and say, people then have in their head, oh, okay, this is something that is very powerful. This mechanism that the big boys have now, the institutions, to short Bitcoin, and they really use it to scare people. So they want to lure people in with that false sense of security that everything's fine and working well for the first week or two, and then when we get a huge run up, they really crash it hard. So look, another reason why I'm just being a little bit cautious with everything that's going on around us. There's never a bad time to lock in life-changing amounts of money, whatever that means to you. So guys, it's pretty bullish at the moment. On Sunday, I think Amici Go was only trading $7 something, and we're already back up to $11.40 now. Neo, one that we've all been accumulating, has just had a pop just now. Let's just have a look at what's going on here with Neo. Back up over $50 where we thought it would get to. Still pretty volatile. There's some pretty long wicks on these Neo charts. Ethereum just been a picture of strength after it ran up all the way to nearly 800. Big pullback, and these pullbacks are so quick, guys. You've got to have your finger on the mouse to even try and trade these ups and downs. It's so quick, and that's why for the majority of you guys, it's best just to hodl. And here we are, just consolidating again before what looks like to be possibly another move higher. Litecoin, again, consolidating above 300, just extraordinary to think. And when these bubbles pop, they tend to go down very quickly. So the fact that we're kind of consolidating is, a lot higher than the last sort of breakout and consolidation, again, it's a good sign, and one that says to me there's just so much money that just logs into Coinbase, these millions of accounts, and just regularly just tipping money into crypto. Guys, a 50% correction is certainly a possibility, but I think a lot of you would agree. Let me know right now if you would love the opportunity if Bitcoin in US dollars went back to 10,000. I think a lot of people are going to consider that a bargain, a cheap place to buy. Whereas people were calling that a bubble when we were at 4,000. If it gets to 10, we'll be in a bubble. Whereas now people will consider that good value. Large profits, guys. I'm happy to sit in USDT on an exchange if it's only for a few days. Otherwise, go back to Aussie dollars. Pay your taxes. If taxes are a small percentage in the grand scheme of things, if we're making large sums of money. Aaron, I'd back the truck up at 10k. Tim, I'd go so heavy at 10k. Yep. Neo's fundamentals and recent spike. I'd do unspeakable things for 10k Bitcoin. Guys, I've covered Neo in the fundamental analysis video. I spoke the other day to members that they're not competing platforms. In some ways, yes, they are, but Neo's trying to, put a lot of assets on the blockchain, as well as being an ICO platform, and Ethereum's going for that the apps and the Web 3.0, the new internet. If Neo captures China, that's just going to be amazing. At least $100 Neo, and then look what Litecoin's done. We might look back at with Neo at $300 or $500 and laugh that how long it stayed, just hovering around the lower levels that we've seen this year. So Ripple, one I get asked about a lot, and guys, personally, it's just my beliefs, my philosophy that Ripple is in a lot of ways started by the banks for the banks, and sure, it's delivered some fantastic returns for you investors, and if you're here to make money, there's every chance it'll continue to go up in price. But I picture this, if something were to happen to Bitcoin and all the banks jump on board Ripple and Ripple became the #1 cryptocurrency, is that what we want with our decentralized revolution? And the people taking control of their own money in this peer-to-peer currency, but then the banks run the world's biggest cryptocurrency. That's not a world I want to live in, and not something that I'll be handing my money over to be part of. So I'm sorry if that offends any Ripple investors. I'm not saying it's a terrible coin or that it'll go down in price. I'm just saying that my personal beliefs is not to give my money to something that's basically by the banks for the banks. Biggest problem, yeah, there's a huge supply of Ripple which is locked up. So if we head over here and we look at the circulating supply, a lot of the initial creators, whatever you want to call it, you know, that total supply of 100 billion, so yeah, about 60% of that is locked up. So that can be, I'm not sure if it's locked up in escrow from a code base, or if it's just a, you know, sort of loose agreement that they won't dump it on the market. But that's a huge supply to be looming out there that is going to be on the market at some point in the future. Why do I keep talking US dollars versus sats? I'll save that to the video that I'm making, but at the end of the day, it depends what you want as your point of reference. If you want to increase the amount of money you've made in crypto, or if you're simply there to try and increase the stash of Bitcoin that you own in crypto. Hardware wallet and a few kilograms of silver. Become your own central bank. Guys, I love physical silver. I think it's one of the most undervalued assets in the world, as Greg Manarino has been saying for years, and a number of other YouTubes out there. Silver's in everything, you know, solar panels, all our electronics. It's my belief that the price of precious metals are capped to some degree with the way that there's naked short selling of millions of futures contracts in the middle of the night to push the price down on no news and all those sort of things. I don't want to put my conspiracy theory hat on, but I definitely think the price of precious metals is suppressed somewhat. And crypto is the canary in the coal mine, guys. Look at what it's done. It's a dollar alternative, and that's what a lot of people thought gold and silver were going to do. And I think a lot of people, and particularly even us in the crypto crowd, will jump back into Bitcoin and jump back into gold and silver. And there's precious metals dealers around the world now. The biggest in the world, I believe, it's Ainsley. APMEX, sorry, the other day announced that they're now accepting payment in crypto. And a lot of these, if you've made $100 million in crypto, some people are going to buy $20 million worth of gold and silver with their gains. And it's this whole paradigm shift, and we're the next generation that are coming through with these beliefs that gold and silver are real money and can't be printed out of thin air, and cryptocurrency is the way to transact and store value. And, you know, it's us that are going to push this paradigm, and all these Federal Reserve, these old governors and politicians and that, you know, they're going to be outdated dinosaurs, guys, within a few years, and gold and silver will have their day in the spotlight once again, I believe. So guys, we've been going for 40 minutes here. This has been fantastic, and I hope you've enjoyed it, but I'll probably wrap it up there, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the future, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks to the guys that donated. It's fantastic. Keep up the good work. Word of mouth, guys. Nuggets News. I want as many people in Australia to attend those free events. Subscribe to the channel. I'll keep producing good content. I think we've now covered 7 coins in our fundamental analysis videos that are up 1,000%. I hope you guys are doing well, enjoying your gains. Don't get greedy. Remember to lock in some profits. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Cheers.